Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, the Professor Alex de la Cruz, so we can discuss some football topics, aka Justin Fields is gone. He's no longer in Chicago, Illinois. He's been sent packing to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. How we doing tonight, brother?
It sucks. We had to ship out Justin. It was. I didn't think we were gonna do it after everything was going with all the QBs getting off the market. But as soon as Kenny Pickett left, it opened up a door again. And I really think that Ryan Post was never gonna. You could still say Ryan Post was never gonna trade him if Kenny Pickett never acted suspect with the team and left the building. And they did do right with Justin sending him to Pitt. That defense is nasty, dude. Super nasty. I still think they're one receiver away from being really good.
Hey, slow down a second, brother. We're only like 80 seconds into this thing, and you've already spilled everything. Like, goddamn. Like, I know you're feeling good about it, but we're not that much of a crunch time. But just like, I get it. I agree that Justin Fields going to Pittsburgh is a better option than most of the other places we've talked about in the last few pods, especially like where's his best fit for him. But overall, Alex, I just want to like go back a little bit onto the Chicago side. Obviously, you have felt what a lot of people I've seen on TikTok and social media is that, man, Justin Fields, he should stick around. We finally building a team around him. Look, we just got Keenan Allen, another weapon for him. We're gonna get some offensive tackles. We're gonna protect him. But at the end of the day, it's exactly how it happened, bro. I predicted this. I said this months ago. I've been on this train that if they don't succeed as well as they should, right? Because we all had Justin Fields, at least in this power panel, we all had him as basically a top 15 quarterback. I think Marco was the only one that was like top 20, but even he turned around and said, dude, he throws some nice, pretty passes. I think I've been obviously the most vocal one. Ryan Post is going to try to save his job. And for him, it's probably have to set shipping out, Justin Fields. He has obviously had a tearful goodbye, or he's already written a message. I'm pretty sure he was told to wait in advance today. I'm pretty sure this deal was done this morning. But overall, like, you've been loving Ryan Pohl's moves. How do you feel about this? How would you grade this move?
I think it's like a. I want to say it's a B minus out of all the moves he's ever made, like since he's been in Chicago. Only because they did do right for Justin. I think they're still going to get a fourth rounder. It's hard to believe that Pittsburgh's not going to start Justin because
eventually, or are you talking about week one?
I think it might be early because why would Pitt want him to sit more than half the year, and have to pick up his fifth year option, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't make sense to me. That's what I'm saying. Like Justin's going to be the starter, and it might be week one, it might be week four, but I doubt that he starts halfway through the point. Going back to Ryan Post's decision making, yeah, I've been on the high with Ryan Post ever since he got to Chicago, because if you remember when he came in, he was still dealing with the whole Trubisky saga that happened where they lost basically all draft capital by getting Trubisky, getting Khalil, and a bunch of other big pieces on part of that team. And he basically had to like make a team from the ground up. Yeah. So whenever people say Chicago didn't give Justin a team, they are right. But what did you expect Ryan Post to do from so little? He had no cap room. He had no draft capital. So yeah, Chicago didn't give him an opportunity to be great, but that's not Ryan Post's fault. Ryan Post, since he came in, he's been adding pieces. He finally got the coach I liked Matt Eberflus coming from the Colts. He did struggle, but as soon as he started taking over the play calling, the team turned it around. He got pieces to fit his 4-3 scheme, and it doesn't happen overnight. You know, a lot of people expect team success right away, and the team shifted. Um, Justin Fields made leaps, and he had glimpses of being really good this year.
Yeah.
And I think him and DJ Moore were like, I think in the top 5 or top 3, if I'm not mistaken, wide receiver and quarterback duo. Then he got hurt in the middle of the year, came back. He played great when he came back also. And now we're not gonna be able to see him without this team that they built around this offseason.
Yeah, man. Crazy. It is crazy to see, you know, Justin Fields. Actually, it's crazy to see that the whole 2021 QB draft essentially gone from the original spot, right? Trevor Lawrence is the last man standing. You could argue Zach Wilson, but if he doesn't find a trade partner, he's going to get released. And honestly, even without Trey Lance is giving us more of a sample size, you could arguably say Zach Wilson's been the worst one out of all these guys coming out of the 2021 draft. He was not better than Mac, and Mac was bad. Justin Fields was never really given a shot to be that guy. If you switch places with Justin Fields and Zach Wilson, that New York Jets team is a whole lot better, and there's more of a quarterback controversy now with Darren Rodgers there. You know what I mean? But
not according to the guy from what's his name, Joel from that what's the other pod? They have a
Pick a side. Pick a side.
Yeah.
Joe Moran.
Yeah,
he's also a Jets fan. He's also a Jets fan. To be fair.
Yeah, I know. He's an idiot, dude.
He's a Jets fan, bro. It's the same way people can call you an idiot for being a Bears fan. Chill, bro. Don't get disrespected. What if one day we invite the kid? Come on, man. We don't gotta be talking shots like that. Come on, bro.
Because he really thinks, probably. it's really crazy because he thinks Zach Wilson is still one of the best QBs from that draft class.
Okay, I'm not trying to shit talk him. He was suggesting the Pats keep Mac Jones and give him a real shot. Brother, I don't give a fuck who our OC was. Nobody can say Mac Jones. He was bad. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna shit talk him because that podcast is fire. Honestly, like those guys on there, I respect what the grind they do. So he's a stats guy. That's kind of how he comes off as. So I'm not gonna say negative about him.
One more thing, he was really excited from the whole Smith signing. Right, they got their left tackle, which is he's 30-something years old, 33. Yeah, 33, 20 million in 1 year, and he was super excited. Let's not talk about it no more, but for him to be that happy for that, bro, are you serious? You really, whatever.
Hey, man.
Let's not talk about that.
Hey, I'm not even going to bash him. I'll bash his team. The Jets are a poverty franchise, bro. They haven't seen shit in a minute, so any little fucking, sparkle and that sandstorm dust that they're clouded in, that they'll be happy to see. Jaron says him is gone. Him is no longer in Chicago.
He's a Steelers fan. He texted me earlier today.
Oh, he's excited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is he really excited though? Like he's really excited. Like he thinks Russ is gonna take a job.
Let's put it this way: Steeler fans are excited for what they're getting, and Bears fans are real disappointed. So that should already tell you what kind of player Justin is and how people view him.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, bro, I think again it's the right move, right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's the right move. I know you were thinking conspiracy theories. Jalen Johnson signing, he would only do it if Justin Fields is here. DJ Moore, he got rid of the coaching staff because Justin Fields will still be here. The truth is, Ryan Poles is the guy at the end of the day. He's got to worry about his own career. And the only way he can do that is by putting his full trust on himself. Now, is it the right move? Is it the wrong move? I don't know. We don't know yet. We have yet to see what Caleb Williams or even maybe Jaden Daniels, which is probably not the move Chicago would want, realistically. We haven't seen what they do yet, right? And until we do, we can't just start failing these guys off the jump. I get it. This is potentially a playoff ready team. I think I think, Alex, I'm going into this season. I didn't think it last year, because I was the only one when we were doing over and unders. I was the only one that said they would go under 7.5 games. And what happened? I was right. Everyone went over, and I stayed under, and that was good. So, but this year, I believe, bro. I believe with the moves that have been made in the NFC, they have a shot at the division, a shot at the wild card. More importantly, so yes, does Caleb have to take them to the playoffs? Arguably, yes, but this is more on Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles because they're the ones that have made these moves. They're the ones that are still here, and it's more of an indicator on them than I would say on Caleb Williams, right? Because he's just a rook. He's coming here, clean Air Force Ones, doesn't have any, no baggage on him. If you want to say your shit about his college days, cool, that's your shit. But Caleb Williams is not the one responsible for this roster or anything like that. He's coming in fresh, brand new. This is more on Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles because this is what they've built.
I like we were texting and stuff. You see my view on it on Caleb coming if the Bears end up picking Caleb. I do feel like he needs to come out the gate strong, and I know that's really harsh to say on a rookie QB, but like I said, it's a unique situation where a QB his talent, what people say generational, has never been put into a situation like this where a team wins 7 games and basically now has a good team around a rookie QB. You're expected to win, especially when the guy they shipped out is expected to make that leap and take the team to the playoffs. For the first time, Justin would have had a good core around him, and yeah, I do believe even if they would have kept them, it was Ryan Poles' job if Justin didn't make the playoffs. Same thing as if Caleb doesn't make the playoffs this year, it's going to be rough because you already losing the locker room by this move. Players are not going to want to fucking restart the clock. You're basically, especially Jalen Johnson. I don't even think Jalen Johnson's ever made the playoffs since he's been at the Bears. He just signed this deal, and if they don't make the playoffs, you're gonna have to wait for a rookie to develop. Yeah, that shit ain't gonna fly with him, especially because you already had a guy that was making leaps to be good. You finally put a team around him, and then let's just restart the clock. That's why it says it doesn't make sense. As far as the team wise, I understand as like the general manager because you are trying to build it is a business. At the end of the day, you have to pay people. But as far as winning, man, that doesn't make sense because this team is built to win right now.
We do got one more comment by your boy. He said, "I believe Justin Fields will take over the starting job before the season ends." He means in Pittsburgh. Look, I don't disagree that he would be the better talent, right? Russell Wilson is the older one. He is regressing. I know you said on the last spot he was coming in. He played more like a top 15 quarterback. I don't agree with that. I do believe that we haven't done any kind of rankings or anything like that, but I do believe he'll be bottom of the barrel when we do our starter rankings for next season. I mean, but I do think Justin Fields, if given the opportunity, he will thrive. And it also just depends on what Arthur Smith and that organization does for him. See, that's a bitter situation, Alex. And again, going back to what we discussed this whole week, Chicago has never really been that franchise, that team that really elevates their quarterbacks. Either the quarterbacks never elevate themselves in the team to move forward, or the team never surrounds them with the best options. Obviously, now we are here with I would say a downgrade at running back, honestly, not to take a shot, but you lost David Montgomery last year. Now this year you add DeAndre Swift. I think you would have been better off with David Montgomery. No disrespect to Swift. I think he's a talented young guy, but he kind of needs like that perfect O-line situation. We're still not there yet, right, with Chicago. So not fully, right? We'll see how the draft pans out. But I think that's a downgrade. But that's obviously a huge upgrade, right? A few years ago, you had Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, and now you're here with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. Yeah, one's an older vet, almost probably out of the league in a few years, but these are some cold, ass weapons that Chicago hasn't seen in a minute. So yeah, I get it, Alex. It sucks because y'all were hoping we can be patient and we can really develop this team into what it needs to be, take it out of the gutter that the previous management had taken it. But at the end of the day, man, like there's some indicators you just like you see, the writing on the wall. And it's just like, look, Ryan, if you can't get the, if Justin is not good enough to elevate us here, we need to move on, and we got to do it now. We cannot afford to pay this man more than Daniel Jones or even Daniel Jones money. And so we just got to move forward. And so I just think that weighed heavy on him, on Ryan Poles. And he's a former football player too himself. So he kind of knows the.
Yeah, and he played for Chicago.
So he knows what the locker room would feel, right? Like you bringing up DJ Moore and Jalen Johnson being big supporters of him, but at the end of the day, Ryan Poles has to use more of his head over his heart, and we'll see how it goes. I do hope best things for Chicago, obviously, but it is what it is. So Russell Wilson is right now slated as from the team source. They let out the media know, hey, Russ is still QB1. Starting the season, he's QB1, gets first team reps and all that stuff. What kind of mistakes do you think he would have to cause for him to lose this job to Justin Fields? And what is it the most minor thing because he is paid $1.2 million, or does he have to really suck to really lose his job?
I think Russ has always got the shorthand since he left Seattle, because whenever Kenny Pickett was on the team, I essentially really thought it's Russ's team. Even though it's a 1-year option, I do feel like they might have after this year they were probably going to sign him again, because I don't think the Steelers will miss the playoffs again this year. Because and then whenever they signed Justin, it's a little different because Justin is a huge upgrade than Kenny Pickett. The vet minimum versus a player that essentially will have to get you will have to get his 5th-year option, right?
Yeah.
That plays heavy on that. I really don't think Russ has no margin for error in Pitt right now. He really don't.
Yeah.
I think what Mike might do there is basically just tell Russ, like, hey, it's your starting job, but we would like for you to show him your vet ways and see what he can learn from you. But essentially it's going to be Justin's team for the future.
Well, I don't think they're going to tell Russ, hey, it's going to be his team, right? But obviously it's a healthy competition. And Russell Wilson's not a stranger to that, right? He when he was a rookie, he beat out a guy who just got paid. Was it Matt Flynn?
Yeah, Matt Flynn from Green Bay.
Yeah. So Matt Flynn had just gotten paid. They draft Russ. Russ impresses, takes over, Legion of Boom, Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, Super Bowl, back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, 1 victory, 1 loss. But hey, Russ knows and he respects competition, right? Like he texted Kenny Pickett after he got traded, and he said, "Hey, I'm ready for this competition now." Kenny Pickett took it the wrong way and said, "Hey, get me out of here. I don't want to compete. I'm not a competitor." That's basically what he said. Kenny Pickett just laid his cards out and said, "I'm not a competitor." So the fact that he can't beat a declining Russ just tells me all about Kenny Pickett's character, bro. That's all it is. Like Kenny Pickett will soon be out the league. Speaking of out the league, Steezy has a comment. He says, "Oh, hell nah. Justin Fields to the Steelers should have went to the Brahmas on God." XFL San Antonio Brahmas. That's who he's talking about. He wanted him to wear a different kind of black and gold. Oh well.
They've been talking about going to the Brahmas game for so long to go watch destroying. So I think that they're like they would have been happy to see a superstar there at the Brahmas game. I think they're gonna start getting season tickets. They're gonna start going to a bunch of those games.
Well, tickets starting at $28. That's a free ad for you motherfuckers out there for no reason. But hey, if y'all ever want a USFL, at UFL, whatever y'all are called right now, you're United shit. If y'all want to send us some Brahmas tickets, bro, we'll be there. Me and Alex, Trey, Jeff, we were all there for the XFL inaugural championship game. A lot of fun. The Arlington Renegades went out and beat the DC Defenders. I want to say that's right.
Yeah.
So that was a hell of a game. It was a good time. We saw some good shit. Thanks again to Trey for getting those tickets for us because that man's awesome. But anyways, damn, Alex, so what do you think about Pittsburgh right now, man? They're constructed very well. Obviously, they got rid of Deontay Johnson with a lot of people like kind of iffy about that. But the way the locker room was vibing with these wide receivers, like being little divas last year, I think you had to get rid of one of them. And George Pickens, obviously the younger one, more healthier one. So what do you think is their stealing, for this season?
I still feel like they'll be a wild card team like last year. They rode the defense, they got Patrick Queen now, another big name, and what held them back was really the quarterback position, and Justin Fields will elevate that big time.
Yeah.
They still need help on the offensive line. They could probably attack that, but I was telling one of my friends is a Steelers fan is I still feel like they're one receiver away from being really good. And I don't know, man. You draft one. There's a lot of receivers in this draft class.
Yeah.
So it'll be really hard to decide. You either go offensive line or receiver. I know in the past, me and you would always say let's go O line, right, with the whole Joe Burrow thing. But I don't think there's Jamar Chase in those later rounds. So
no. We're definitely predicting 3 wide receivers in the first 10 picks. Yeah. That's crazy, right? What a year, right? Like we're talking about maybe 3, 4, maybe 4 quarterbacks in the first 10 and 3 wide receivers. What a fucking draft.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you this. So now that the Bears are gonna essentially get a quarterback in the first pick,
yeah,
they shy away from pretty much Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
How would you feel, not being a Bears fan but just being an NFL fan, if Marvin Harrison hits and you're like, damn, what could have been, right? Because you brought it up. Keenan Allen is old. This is why I thought they were going to go Marvin Harrison, because they brought in Keenan Allen. He is 31. I think going to be 32 at the end of the year. So now you would have Justin Fields, a young DJ Moore, and an older Keenan Allen, and you brought in Marvin Harrison, a young Marvin Harrison. So at the end, Keenan Allen would be able to teach Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison will run the slot. Maybe you keep Keenan Allen for like 2-3 years. He's out, and now Marvin Harrison moves into the 2. But now, like, it's weird because now you kind of need Marvin. You kind of need Keenan Allen to stick around quite a bit now, and he is, like you said, going to be older. Who is the wide receiver 3 now? Tyler Scott. He was a rookie last year, but he ain't gonna be no Marvin Harrison in the slot. I'll tell you that. And you could say, they get a receiver in the third, in the 9th pick. But we need an edge rusher. We didn't pick one up in the offseason. We need another edge rusher. So that's why I thought, look, we could get a Marvin Harrison and Dallas Turner, and now we're getting Caleb Williams, or we don't know yet, but let's just say it's Caleb Williams.
We're gonna assume it's Caleb. Yeah.
So where would you go from there? Would you draft another receiver at 9, or an edge rusher, or a guard? Well, there's no guards there's no guards at 9.
There's no like sexy ones. You can save that for later. I would definitely go for the defensive line. Definitely get you that edge rusher. Just because, you're right. As far as the wide receiver part, like the reason I don't go like here, it's a 1-year deal with Keenan Allen. But let's face it, Alex. At this point, there's the wide receiver market is becoming the running back market. Soon enough, like there's gonna be nothing but availability around, and if these guys start seeing a guy like maybe Caleb and DJ Moore like clicking easily, maybe I'm attracted to want to go over there, right? Like stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
maybe not on the biggest deal or whatever. Like this year, you're paying 18 mil to Keenan Allen. He made the right choice not wanting to like take a pay cut because he did come off his best year, right? Yeah, he was unhealthy at the later, weeks, but that's also because Justin Herbert wasn't around. Why the fuck is he gonna play and force himself to, right? Like
Yeah.
Justin Herbert was already done. So you can keep Keenan Allen for maybe a year or two, depending on what contract offer y'all give him next year, because it is a 1 year deal essentially what you have with him right now. I would focus a little more on either O line or D line, and I would say more because of the way we are seeing with these prospects right now. What's going to happen? I'm gonna go with the defense more. Obviously, if you could get if you can get a steal in the second or third round, right? You also have 4 picks this draft, so you really have to decide. Hey, do I really want to pick anybody at 9, or do I trade back to get some pieces?
It's gonna, man. That's really hard to decide because that would suck. Because like I said, whenever we traded for Keenan Allen, or like, all right, we're gonna have to trade away picks because now we only got 4, knowing that we have a need for DN and an offensive line.
Yeah.
So it's crazy though. Like if you essentially come out this draft with neither Caleb or Marvin Harrison, I would have been like, this draft was a total waste, and it would have looked really bad.
Well, I mean, you're gonna come with one. They're gonna come out with Caleb, right? So it's not a huge total waste, Alex. But I mean, there's just so much still. We have a month away to go, and so much anything could happen. Jaden Daniels could really become the steal. And how would you feel if they went to Jaden Daniels instead of Caleb? Like Dan Orlovsky has been, gaga all over this man. Like, and there's been some people that believe he should go number 1, but like, is that really the choice we want to go with? A little older, maybe more injury prone. Like, is that the route we really want to go?
Jaden, I don't think you remember this. This was a couple months ago. I think it was a month ago. We were talking about the prospects. I said Jaden Daniels was the only thing with Jaden. He was a smaller quarterback. He's not built like a typical big pocket quarterback that you could think of. He's a smaller built guy, kind of like a Bryce Young. Drake May was probably the bigger one.
When you say smaller build, you don't mean height, right? You mean weight size, right? Because he's
I like slim. Yeah, like slim guy.
Because you said Bryce Young, and I was like, he is taller than me, and I'm 6'2". So this is not okay. We
like,
talking
like
about
a slimmer build.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Because
he's a thin man. He's a very thin man.
Because you have 300 pounders coming at you every single play. How is your body gonna be able to take those impacts?
Right.
But yeah, it's tough to say. One thing that's gonna come back to me why this trade happened is because I think Washington wasn't budging, like how you said. They weren't gonna budge to trade, and that's why I think Chicago put the pressure on Washington now to trade Justin. That way they could put pressure on them because they know Washington wants Caleb, right?
And they know Caleb's dad wants him in Washington.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
I agree. So how would it look now if Chicago trades the pick to Washington, and you saying Jaden Daniels is, like, a lot of people are saying, is the number 1 prospect now. If Chicago trades it to Washington so they could get their guy and they get a haul, and then you put Jalen Daniels behind that Chicago offense, and you essentially get more picks, and then you get what you wanted, a rookie deal in that aspect, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's all like.
Is it a loss for y'all? Because you've been saying this whole time, is it a loss for y'all if y'all do not come out with Caleb? You trade with Washington, yeah, you get stacked up picks for next few years, but you pass on him. Is that a loss for y'all? You walk away with Jaden Daniels and trade picks.
Yeah, because this whole time it's either Caleb or Marvin for that pick, and now you're gonna essentially try to do another haul for it. You've seen the first haul turn out really good, but then again, the media's going to say
there's not that many idiots out there. To be fair,
Washington might be that kind of idiot because they want Caleb, But the media's gonna attack Chicago because they like they said they traded out for CJ Bryce. Now you're gonna miss out on, they're already saying Caleb. You're already missing out on Drake May and Jaden Daniels and whatnot. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't for Ryan Poles. I've always said.
Hey, but I'm excited regardless, right? We're a month away from the draft. I think we're still having it at Jeff's. I don't know. We have to talk to Jeff. But
when is it? When is it again?
It's somewhere in like mid-April, mid to late April. It's probably like the 24th or something like that. I say mid, like if that's actually mid. It's not. NFL draft. Let me Google it. But it's a Thursday, so the 25th. Yeah, it's 25th. So literally a month.
Oh man, I don't know if I'll be able to make that one, Jeff.
The fuck you mean?
Yeah, there's something big going on that day. I'll have to talk to you after the pod.
You're hurting me, kid. You're hurting me. Oh,
but
do I have an indication? Like you hinted at this before to me? I might know.
Yeah.
I maybe know. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens, and we'll get together, whoever can make it, and we'll make it happen. We'll have a good time, and depending on how your availability is, maybe we can like FaceTime you and get your full expression. Caleb, are you gonna get a Caleb Williams jersey? You show your full support. You show your full support, 100% behind your QB like you did Justin and Mitch. Are you gonna get your full support for Caleb?
It hasn't worked out in the past, so I've gotten a jersey for every single quarterback we had. We have.
That's a collection, bro. We need to have like not an intervention, but like one of those like we just have to like hang all those jerseys up and just like
but those jerseys are fire though, because I got the Mitch, I got the orange 150th, I think.
The wife got you that one, right? The wife got you that one.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
And then I got the old school white Justin Fields jersey with the pinstripes on the side.
Yeah, I love those.
So I don't know. I'm like I told you. I think I've told you before. If Ryan Poles gets Caleb, then we're gonna have to ride. Right? I mean, we're gonna have to, basically ride with Caleb and like you're gonna have to have his back.
Yeah.
It's really tough, man. It's a tough day because, like I said, Justin was supposed to be the guy.
Worst case scenario, Alex. Worst case scenario, you end up with a 6th-round pick for him, the same as Mac Jones.
Damn. But like in Star Wars, you know how they said you were supposed to be the chosen one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin was supposed to be the chosen one, man.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe he's the chosen one in Pittsburgh. Hey, man, sometimes I'm telling you, fresh start means better things for you for your future. So, best wishes for him. Go ahead.
One thing I will do if Justin once Justin becomes a starter over there, I might cop out a black Steelers jersey.
Oh hell no. Hell no. You and Trey need to get freaking shit. All right. I got the family at the door, bro. So guys, thank you for watching. Puro Pinche Sports on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Pinche Sports Pod on X. The wife's gonna kill me. Y'all have a good night. For the Professor Alex de la Cruz, I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports and I'm in trouble. Good night, everybody.